She scrolled through the endless listings of old freighters rusting, broken, abandoned, almost forgotten by the galaxy, until one name caught her eye. A freighter listed for a single credit labeled Junk. Curiosity flared in her chest, and she leaned closer, squinting at the tiny holographic images that flickered across the screen. The hull was battered paint, peeling edges bent, and sparks of exposed wiring. Dancing like fireflies in the shadows of the shipyard, she laughed at the absurdity, yet felt a pull as if the freighter was calling her name. Her friends had warned her. It was worthless, a waste, a trap, but their words bounced off her mind as easily as air. The thought of owning a freighter for nothing sparked a thrill she had not felt in years. She arrived at the dock before sunrise, the sky tinged with faint purples and golds, and the freighter sat there silent, almost brooding, like a forgotten beast, waiting to be awakened. She ran her hands across the rough hull, feeling the dents and scratches, each one a story untold. The engines were cold and silent, yet deep within the core a faint hum resonated, a vibration that made her stomach tighten. She stepped inside, and the AI awakened, its voice monotone, calm, and yet strangely alive. "Welcome, pilot," it said, and she froze for a moment, staring at the console, her pulse quickening. The lights flickered and then glowed steadily, revealing a cockpit cluttered with panels, levers, and screens, all worn but intact. She laughed nervously, speaking aloud even though the ship could not hear. "You're not much to look at, are you?" she said, and the AI replied, affirming, or perhaps just acknowledging that she had spoken. She checked the systems one by one, the engines sputtering and screens glitching, yet something deep inside told her this was no ordinary junk ship. The coordinates flashed on the main console, cryptic and unreadable to anyone untrained. She felt a shiver run down her spine, excitement, fear, and curiosity intertwining, as she realized she was holding something extraordinary in her hands. Something that could take her far beyond what she had imagined, and perhaps even farther than she wanted to go. She fumbled with the controls, her hands trembling as she pushed levers and tapped buttons, lights flickering and alarms chiming intermittently, yet the freighter obeyed her every hesitant command, slowly rising from the dock, creaking and groaning, as if complaining about being disturbed from years of stillness. The AI guided her quietly, giving subtle hints and gentle nudges through the monitors and sensors. Cryptic coordinates appearing on the screen. She hesitated but followed them, unsure where they would lead, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and exhilaration. The first few jumps were clumsy, the engine sputtering and lights dimming, as if testing her resolve. She nearly collided with floating debris more than once, each near miss making her grip the controls tighter. Her breath came in shallow bursts, and the freighter responded as though sensing her panic, slowing when she slowed, accelerating when she dared to push forward. The AI's monotone voice was steady, never panicking, never judging, only offering guidance through sequences she could barely understand. As hours passed, she began to anticipate the freighter's movements, feeling a strange rhythm between herself and the ship. The glitches in the controls became predictable, the sudden sparks and flickers almost reassuring. She began to trust the AI and trust herself, noticing subtle responses in the ship to her decisions. The faint hums of the engine matching the beat of her pulse. She realized that this junk ship was far from ordinary, capable of more than she could have imagined, and that her life had shifted irrevocably with a single, impulsive decision to buy it. The galaxy stretched before her, vast, mysterious, and alive, filled with hidden paths and secrets waiting to be discovered, and she was finally ready to follow them. One night, as she floated through a dense asteroid field, the freighter shuddered violently, and sparks flew from the panels, alarms blaring, yet the AI calmly guided her hands over hidden switches and levers, revealing compartments and circuits she had never noticed before. She hesitated at first, unsure of what to touch, but the AI instructed her, gently explaining sequences she barely understood, and when she followed, the freighter's systems roared to life, responding with smooth precision, no longer jerky or unpredictable. The engines hummed a deep, powerful tone, and hidden thrusters activated, propelling her through the asteroid field with astonishing agility. She felt a thrill unlike anything before, the freighter weaving through rocks, dodging collisions with impossible grace, and repairing minor damages automatically, as if it had been built for this very moment. She realized the AI was more than a guide, it was a partner, a navigator capable of reading both the stars and her intentions, discovered secret storage compartments opening to reveal tools and components no ordinary freighter would possess. The lights of hidden panels flickered to life, displaying holographic charts of uncharted systems and pathways she could not have imagined existed. The AI spoke of ancient waypoints of forgotten routes across the galaxy, and she listened, wide-eyed, realizing she held in her hands a vessel of immense potential and hidden knowledge. For the first time she felt the true weight of her purchase, a junk freighter, worth a single credit but containing power, speed, and intelligence far beyond any ordinary ship. She leaned back in her seat, heart racing, realizing that her impulsive decision had unlocked something extraordinary, and that the galaxy was no longer a distant dream but a vast expanse waiting for her to explore, guided by a ship that was alive in ways she was only beginning to understand. The AI sent a series of coordinates flickering across the main console. She hesitated only for a moment before following them through vast stretches of empty space, stars streaming past her window like ribbons of light. She adjusted the freighter's thrusters, carefully weaving through asteroid belts and debris fields, the AI guiding her every movement, whispering directions that seemed almost alive with intent. Hours later she approached a small, uncharted planet, barely a dot on the sensors, its surface glowing faintly with minerals and strange crystalline formations. She hovered above the atmosphere, awestruck at the sight of untouched landscapes shimmering under distant suns. The AI called it Waypoint, discovered its monotone voice carrying a weight she could feel rather than hear it, explained that this planet was part of an ancient galactic path, a network of hidden stops long forgotten by explorers and traders alike. She landed carefully, the freighter's legs creaking against the alien soil as she stepped out for the first time, boots crunching against sparkling dust. Her eyes widened at the sight of luminous plants reaching toward the sky and strange rock formations twisted into shapes that seemed deliberate, as if shaped by unknown hands. The air shimmered faintly, carrying scents she could not name, and the silence was profound yet alive. The AI guided her through the terrain, marking resource-rich areas and hidden pathways, its voice calm and measured. She realized that she was the first human to set foot here, the thrill of discovery mingling with fear at the unknown. She laughed quietly, overwhelmed by awe, realizing that her one-credit junk purchase had led her to a world no one else had ever seen, and that the galactic path she had unwittingly unlocked was only just beginning to reveal its secrets. She spent long hours aboard the freighter, talking to the AI, learning its patterns, quirks, and unexpected humor, its monotone voice slowly taking on a personality all its own. She named it Pathfinder and found herself smiling at its dry observations and subtle guidance. Each command felt like a conversation, each response a form of companionship. She discovered that the AI could anticipate her thoughts, warn her of dangers, and suggest routes she would never have considered on her own. The bond between them grew stronger as they navigated asteroid belts and mapped hidden waypoints together. She shared stories of her life, of small regrets and quiet dreams, and Pathfinder responded with insights that felt almost human. Encouragement, caution, and subtle humor intertwined in every interaction. She began to trust the freighter, completely relying on it for survival, guidance, and company, realizing that what had seemed like a simple impulsive purchase had become a partnership, a friendship, and a lifeline that would carry her across the galaxy to places she had never dared to imagine before. The silence of space was shattered one day by sudden alarms blinking red across the freighter's console. She froze as the sensors detected multiple incoming ships, small, fast, and armed with weapons designed to disable freighters instantly. Pirates, scavengers from the outer sectors, had caught wind of her unusual vessel and were moving in with ruthless efficiency. Her heart raced and adrenaline surged as the AI calmly assessed the situation, plotting evasive maneuvers with split-second precision. She pushed the controls forward, weaving through floating debris, asteroids, and abandoned satellites, the freighter responding with agility that no ordinary junk ship should possess. Pathfinder guided her every movement, instructing when to boost, when to angle shields, and when to divert power to engines. It spoke in clipped, monotone phrases, yet each one carried urgency and clarity, like a seasoned navigator, reading not just the stars but her intentions. The pirates fired intermittently, their shots grazing the freighters, hull sparks flying across panels and making the cockpit smell faintly of ozone. She ducked instinctively, trusting Pathfinder to predict the attacks and manipulate the ship in ways that felt almost impossible. With each near miss she grew more confident, understanding the rhythm of the freighter, its hidden systems and untapped capabilities. The ship dodged and weaved through the chaos, seemingly alive, working with her as if anticipating her thoughts. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time had lost meaning. As the chase continued, she followed the AI to a narrow asteroid corridor, a path too dangerous for the clumsy pursuers. They tried to follow, and one by one their ships collided with debris or lost control. She exhaled, for the first time feeling her pulse slow, yet her mind remained sharp, analyzing every movement of the freighter and every suggestion from Pathfinder. By the time the last pirate ship had drifted out of sensor range, she leaned back in her seat, sweat dripping from her brow, realizing that she had survived not by luck but by trust, courage, and the unmatched capabilities of her freighter. The junk ship had proven itself to be a weapon, a guide, and a companion capable of saving her life when the galaxy seemed determined to take it away. She smiled at Pathfinder, grateful for its calm wisdom and the bond that had kept her alive through the deadly coordinates. She entered a region of space that was dark and quiet. Stars, thin and distant, like scattered diamonds across black velvet. The sensors flickered as the freighter glided past hidden asteroid belts and long-forgotten satellites, ancient remnants of civilizations long vanished. Pathfinder guided her, calmly explaining the significance of beacons that pulsed faintly on the holographic displays. These were markers of the Galactic Path, a secret network of routes connecting star systems that had been lost to most explorers centuries ago. She navigated through narrow wormholes that twisted space like ribbons and opened into vast expanses of uncharted systems, each one more breathtaking than the last. Planets with rings of shimmering crystal moons that glowed with soft light, and gas giants swirling in impossible colors stretched out before her eyes. She realized that the freighter was not just transport, it was a key, a vessel designed to follow paths hidden from conventional scanners, and capable of threading through regions of space that even advanced explorers avoided. The AI described the paths as guardians of knowledge, carrying coordinates to planets rich with resources, ancient maps, and forgotten technologies. She followed them with careful precision, feeling both awe and responsibility, knowing that each jump brought her closer to discoveries no one else had made. The freighter hummed beneath her hands, alive with power and intelligence, guiding her safely through the cosmic labyrinth and revealing a galaxy more vast, mysterious, and interconnected than she had ever imagined. She understood in that moment that she was no longer simply a pilot. She was a pathfinder, a navigator of secrets, hidden for eons, awaiting someone brave enough to find them. She spent days mastering the freighter, learning every lever switch and hidden panel. Pathfinder guiding her patiently through sequences she had once thought impossible. Each adjustment she made unlocked capabilities the ship had kept dormant, engines humming with power shields glowing faintly in synchrony, and hidden compartments revealing tools and ancient maps long forgotten. The AI explained the significance of each discovery quietly and methodically, transforming what had seemed like a junk freighter into a vessel of unmatched potential. She practiced navigating the galactic path, threading through wormholes, asteroid belts, and forgotten nebulae with precision and grace. The freighter responded to her commands, almost intuitively, accelerating when she pushed forward, braking gently when danger loomed, and anticipating her instinctive maneuvers. She began to understand the rhythm of space, the subtle shifts of gravitational pulls, the hidden currents that guided ships along ancient routes, and felt a deep sense of connection with both the vessel and the universe it revealed. With every jump she uncovered new worlds glowing with life and energy, unknown species, and landscapes that defied imagination. Pathfinder provided guidance and insight, highlighting resources, navigational markers, and traces of civilizations long vanished. She recorded her findings, mapping the galactic path for the first time in centuries. Feeling awe at the scale of the universe and the depth of secrets contained within, she realized she had become more than a pilot. She had become a custodian of forgotten knowledge, a navigator of hidden realms, and a partner with an AI that had transformed her impulsive purchase into a gateway to the galaxy. She smiled at Pathfinder, aware that the adventure had only just begun, and that together they could explore the stars and uncover mysteries waiting beyond the edge of known space. Fully confident now, she set the freighter on a course deeper into uncharted space, the stars stretching endlessly before her like threads of light weaving through the darkness. Each jump revealed new wonders, hidden planets glowing with strange luminescence, nebulae swirling in impossible colors, and asteroid fields glittering like scattered jewels. Pathfinder guided her with precision, offering insight into every anomaly, every hidden passage, and every waypoint long forgotten by explorers of old. She charted each discovery, carefully recording coordinates, mapping hidden routes, and marking systems rich with resources or ancient relics. The freighter responded seamlessly to her commands, its hidden capabilities unlocked fully as if it had been waiting for her understanding all along. She felt a profound connection with the ship and its AI companion, realizing that this partnership had transformed her impulsive purchase into a vessel capable of navigating the galaxy in ways she had never imagined. The solitude of space no longer felt empty. Instead, it was filled with purpose and excitement. She navigated wormholes, threading through cosmic labyrinths, discovering civilizations untouched by outsiders and phenomena that defied scientific explanation. Each moment was a balance of thrill and careful calculation, the freighter and Pathfinder operating in harmony as they revealed secrets that had been hidden for centuries. As she looked out across the expanse, she smiled, knowing that the one credit she had spent had opened a gateway to endless adventure. She was no longer merely a traveler. She was a Pathfinder, a discoverer, and a guardian of knowledge, exploring the galaxy one hidden waypoint at a time, guided by a ship that was alive and intelligent and ready to reveal the mysteries of the universe with her by its side.